Good afternoon, Flosstube. My name's Elaine and I'm Ellie Welly Stitcher on Instagram. Welcome to my channel. This channel is all about cross stitch predominantly and sometimes a little bit about knitting as well. I apologise for being a bit late with my video, so I think I said I would film after 2 weeks, which would have been last weekend, which was a bank holiday weekend in the UK. But it just didn't work out like that, so I'm really sorry. I ended up having some visitors over the weekend and I didn't get the chance to film. I also didn't get the chance to do any stitching either, which wasn't so good. But on the plus side, the weather had just turned fabulous from last Friday, I think it was, onwards, and we actually had a decent load of weather for the bank holiday. So it was really sunny, really warm. It was about 25 degrees, which if you're in the US is about coming up for 80 degrees Fahrenheit, which was just right for me. I do love the sun. And we've had a really good week right up until yesterday, and then we had an absolute deluge of rain yesterday afternoon and evening and into the night, which my plants really needed, to be fair, and it saved me watering them yesterday, so all good. But today it was a bit overcast this morning, but the sun's come back out now and it looks like being another warm day, although they're saying only about 20. But it's nice enough that I am in short sleeves instead of a jumper, and I have got shorts on today, which is good. And I've also picked up a bit of sun over the course of the last week as well, so all good. Anyway, let me just say first of all, thank you so much to everybody who subscribed to my channel. I really can't believe that we're at, I think, 480 subscribers now. I just really didn't expect that. I'm blown away. And the more of you that join me, the more nervous I get when I film one of these as well. That's terrible, isn't it? So we're all friends here. So thank you so much. Yeah, I don't know what else to say really. I'm just blown away. So if we get to 500 subscribers on my next video, I will definitely do a giveaway. I've got a couple of ideas of what I might do for that one. To the winners of my last giveaway that I did last time, I hope you got your stuff okay. I know the lady in the UK did. The guys from the US, I hope if you haven't got it yet, you get it soon, because I did post your bits and pieces off. I can't remember if it's a week or 2 weeks ago, but anyway, hopefully you'll get it soon, and it'd be great to see what you end up stitching on the fabric that I sent you. Right, let's get into some stitching. So I have got some works in progress to show you. I've got some haul. I've been quite naughty, and I've got a few bits and pieces of haul to show you, and then yeah, and I have got a finish, but I'm afraid once again it is not a cross stitch finish. I will get a cross stitch finish soon. I can feel it. One's coming, definitely. So I need to just stop flitting and flipping about so much with all my projects, I think. But then it's hard to just stick to one when another one's calling you. And I am a bit of a believer in do what makes you happy, so never mind. Anyway, here we go. So we'll start with my usual start. So we'll do my full coverage pieces first, and the first one I'm going to show you is Unicorns Valley of Waterfalls, which is a Heaven and Earth design, and it's artwork by Patrick Krasny. So I'll insert a picture of what it looks like when it's finished. Sorry. bit tongue-tied again today. What it looks like when it's finished, and also where I was at last time. Now, normally unicorns gets quite a lot of stitchy time, but over the last couple of weeks it hasn't. I have done some. I've done probably about 400 stitches. So here's where I'm at now. Let me bring that in a bit. So I'm still on the mountains. I think I'm going to be on the mountains for about a year the way things are going. So anyway, I have done some more of the peak of this mountain over here. It's got quite a lot of confetti in it, this one. So it has taken me a little while to do. But yeah, that's where we've got to. This is probably less than I've ever stitched on this actually, but I got kind of a bit distracted with a couple of my other pieces. But you know, 400 stitches is 400 stitches. Like I say, normally it'd be a lot more than that, so I need to get on back on track with this one, otherwise I'm never going to finish it, and it's years away from being finished anyway. I've only completed 6.17% of the whole chart for this one, so I've got quite a way to go. So there we go, that's Unicorns Valley of Waterfalls. I'm stitching this on 25 count Lugana Easy Guide, which I really like, and it's 1/1 full cross. Okay, so that's that one. Right, so my next project that I usually show you, and I am going to show you, is my mini of So Many Books, So Little Time, which I'll put a picture in here of the finished article. And also of my progress last time. Now, I'm really pleased with this one, so and I'm quite excited, and this is the reason Unicorns got somewhat neglected. So how about this then? We have the beginnings of a dragon, and I'm so pleased. We have a little dragon at last. So you can see I've done quite a bit to his face. His face is actually, you think, oh yeah, it's just going to be all green, but actually in typical Heaven and Earth style, of course, it isn't all green. Yeah, I've been doing that, and then the outline of his body, I think, comes around this way over here. And he's actually going to be quite a bit bigger than I thought he was going to be. So yeah, he has had quite a lot of my attention, because once his ears started to appear, I just had to keep going until I started to get his face. So yeah, I can't wait to get him out again actually. So this is my mini, So Many Books, So Little Time. I can't remember if I said now. So yes, he's Heaven and Earth, and artworks by Randall Spangler. And I really like Randall Spangler's charts, because most of them tend to use really vibrant colours. So yeah, really love the colours to stitch with. And again, this one is on 25 count Easy Guide, stitched 1/1 full cross. So yeah, we have a dragon, people. I'm so chuffed. So that's my little dragon. It's so nice to actually stitch on the dragon instead of all the brickwork in the background that I had been stitching on, which is also really confetti heavy. I don't know if minis are more confetti heavy than a regular piece actually, because Unicorns, it does have some confetti, but nothing like that one has. Okay, so really pleased with that one. So the other full coverage project that's had an awful lot of my time is this one. So hopefully I'll put a picture in here. This is cheese delivery. This one is charted by Pain Free Crafts and the artwork's by Chris Dunn. So hopefully you'll see a picture of where it was last time, and this is where I am with it now. So I hope you can see there's quite a bit of a difference this time. So I have got the other light coming in over here, and I have got this. This is another bit of a unit that this I think is part of the window that comes across here. So it's like the frame, I think, of the window. I could be wrong, can't remember without looking at the chart, that's the trouble. So yeah, really pleased with this one. I think there was one evening I actually just put 600 stitches into this in just the one night, which is quite a lot for me. So this one is stitched on 28 count easy guide, and this one I'm stitching 2/1 in 10 stitch. And it is the only project that I am doing in 10 stitch. I don't mind it. I have got used to it now. It took me a little while to get used to it actually. But yeah, and I probably will at some point stitch another project in 10 stitch, but for the minute it's just this one. So that's cheese delivery, and I still love this project so much because it does have quite a bit of confetti in it, but I'm not very processed around how I stitch, so I don't you know, I don't stitch over here and then back over here or straight down or any of that. I just go where I feel like going really. So I will just say as well, if you want to see a brilliant example of this and you haven't seen hers, please check out Lauren from Flossabilities, because she's doing 3 pain-free craft projects, and one of them is cheese delivery, and hers is amazing, really, really amazing. I think she's 65% done, something like that, and it just looks awesome. So yeah, really nice stitch, this one. So that's cheese delivery. And then, sorry if I keep looking down, but as per usual, I have got everything out, taken everything out of wrappers and things so we don't get too much crinkling, I hope. And I'm just surrounded by stuff. I'm sure anybody else who does a floss tube knows exactly what I mean. So moving on. So the next one I want to show you is a new start. So this is one of the new starts I had from May. This one I think was the 4th weekend in May. So this is a full coverage piece as well. Hopefully I'll put a picture in here. Of what it will look like when it's finished. Again, this is by Pain Free Crafts, and it is artwork by Chris Dunn. I haven't got grime guards on this one at the minute because I've had to take the grime guard off for something else. I need to get myself some more grime guards or make some. But so this is where we are with Feast. So it doesn't look like a lot at the minute. But actually there's 800 stitches in here, believe it or not. So this is the back of a chair in the top left hand corner, and then this yellow here is also part of the back of a chair of where one of the animals is sitting. So, and with this one, because don't think you won't have seen this needle minder before, because this was a bit of haul that I got. So that's my little owl, and I've put an owl on this one because there's an owl in the picture. So, and as per usual, my needle minder has come from Just So Heavenly, who have a shop on Etsy. So yeah, so that's Feast. So I'm really pleased with my little start. I am stitching this one on 28 count easy guide, but this time I've gone back to doing 1/1 full cross, which I do find with cheese delivery, where it's 2/1 on the 28 count, it is quite bulky on the back. I like the coverage on the stitching, but it is, compared to 1/1, it's quite bulky. But I really like the 1/1 on the 28 count, and I think it probably would be my go-to count for any future full coverage projects, of which there's got to be some future ones, because I have got quite a lot of Heaven and Earth Designs charts and pain-free ones. And in actual fact, Lauren, thanks very much for showing me the latest Chris Dunn one that you just bought, because now I've got to go on Pain-Free Crafts and look at his charts again. So thanks for enabling me yet again. So, and not only that, but the Rocking Stitcher, who's also doing so many books, but she's doing the regular version. She showed on her latest video a picture of a Haid, which was a wolf, and I'm just so tempted to go buy that chart. And she's saying, yeah, get it, Elaine, because then we can stitch it together and encourage each other. And I'm thinking, Jemima, I really don't need any encouragement, seriously. But yeah, I can see myself going down that rabbit hole in a minute, so hey ho. Right, so that is all my full coverage. So I have a plan with those at the moment that I am gonna stitch a week on each one across the whole month. So at the moment, cheese delivery is out and has been for the last 2 days. So I'll probably keep cheese delivery out, I think, until Monday. And then I'm going to swap to Feast, I think, and then Unicorns, and then So Many Books. Purely because I had So Many Books out until, I think I only put it away, had it out on Monday last week. So I didn't stitch at all on Tuesday or Wednesday. I had quite a lot going on, and I just, it's most unlike me, because I normally stitch something every day, but I just couldn't on Tuesday and Wednesday. So yeah, so I think that may be the order I do it in, but you know, I come up with plans and then they kind of go by the wayside, so we shall see. So the next piece I'd normally show you is my Mirabilia Lady of Mystery. Anybody who watched my video last time will know that she has gone in the naughty corner at the moment, because I've got a bit of frogging to do on her, and I just haven't been in the mood to frog it. So I am aware I need to take it out soon, because otherwise it's going to be in there just too long. So I'm going to try and take that one out this month and frog it out and kind of start again with that skin. So yeah, so at the minute she hasn't been touched since I last saw you, so she is still in my Halloween project bag. So she's in my little bag of horrors, because she did misbehave quite badly for me, and that's where she's staying just for the minute. But I will try and show her next month. I think I'm going to give myself the rest of this month to get her frogged out and kind of restarted again. So the next piece I worked on, and I'm quite excited with this piece as well, actually. So you probably won't think I've done a lot with this, but I have spent quite a few hours on it. So my next piece is Spirit of Glam Fair. And I apologise every time for my terrible pronunciation of anything in Welsh, because it's rubbish. So apologise for that again, anyone who's Welsh and watching this. So this is a chart by Long Dog Samplers. It's my only long dog, but I do keep eyeing up other ones. I think I'm always going to end up having a long dog on the go, just because I like stitching something monochromatic actually, just for a change, because it just makes a bit of a change from having to keep swapping colours. You know, when you're doing a Haid, for example, you have so many colour changes all the time, and with this one I can just stitch and not have to worry about it, although this one is not completely monochromatic. So let me show, I should put a picture in of what it will look like when it's finished. And you know, I've noticed from looking at other people's long dogs, I've not seen anyone else stitch this one. If anyone's seen it stitched anywhere, let me know, because I'd really be interested to see how somebody else has stitched it up. I've seen some of the other beautiful long dogs that people have done, you know, Castles in the Air and Pandemic and all those ones, and I have been eyeing up opening Gambit actually, because that looks awesome, and I do like, or used to like, playing chess. So without no further ado, here we are with my long dog. So you're probably gonna look at this now and think, she hasn't done that much with it. So I have, I can promise you. So where you saw this last time, hopefully I've put a picture in and you've seen that. So I just started this very top here of this Welsh love spoon, and this love spoon I've done half of the length of this, so it is a repeat pattern, and so far I'm halfway down it, so it's going to be quite big, and then obviously it's going to have the spoon at the bottom of it. Oh, and I've also bought this border down as well, because I don't want to leave the border till the end, because it's going to be quite a big piece, and I don't want to have to stitch all of that afterwards. So this is where I am with this so far, and I haven't done any of the back stitch on this yet, and I am going to do the back stitch in a different colour, in kind of a contrast grey to this one. So the colours I'm using on this are Robin's Egg is this blue here for the alphabet and these kind of little Welsh love spoons, and then this bigger one I'm stitching in a colour called Quicksilver, and these are both dinky dyes, by the way. And then the next one that I'm going to use to do the back stitch on this is called Ghost Gum, which is a darker grey, and then I think I'm going to stitch the actual spoon at the bottom in the Ghost Gum as well. But what I think I might do, I might stick a bit of Petite Treasure braid with the Ghost Gum on this one. I'm really sorry if you can hear heavy breathing in the background, but my dog has just walked in the room and he's looking at me as much as say, what on earth are you doing? So yeah, so that's my little Welsh love spoon, big Welsh love spoon. So this one I am stitching 2/2, and the fabric, this is a 28 count even weave, and it's a fabric called Knox. It doesn't show that good actually on here. The camera blows it out to make it look more grey than it is. It's actually more blue than it is. I'm sure you can now hear my dog pitter-pattering on the floor. He's not a little dog, and he's standing right next to me, and I might stick a picture in at the end so you can see what he looks like. If you've been on Instagram, you've seen a picture of both my dogs, because I do sometimes put them on there. Okay, so that, oh, and one more thing with this piece that I was going to show you. Prince, don't stand there. Come out of the way. I have decided I kind of want to snazz this up a little bit. So as I said, I'm using, this is a pale blue, then this is like a very pale silvery grey, and then I've got a darker grey, and then I'm gonna, I don't know which spoon because there's like loads and loads of them, but I think I'm gonna add this. Oh, you can't see that properly, hang on. It's the one thing I didn't take out of a packet, so apologise for any crinkling, but I think somewhere along the line I'm going to stick some of this in it as well, because it's a bit of a contrast, but actually when I throw it against the fabric it's actually really nice, and I think it will go quite well. It's really variegated. I have actually ordered a couple of more skeins of it because I don't think I'm going to have enough. But this colour, this is a silk. This colour is called Peacock Fuchsia, and it's from Tudor Designs. And I kind of bought it on a whim with some fabric a little while ago. I bought a couple of over-dried. I bought a couple of over-dyed cottons from Tudor Designs, which I haven't used yet either, and this one silk, because I saw this silk and I thought, oh, I haven't got anything for that, but I'm sure at some point I can find something. So yeah, I think I might put that on that long dog. So that's that. Okay, so moving on to my next piece. So the next piece I worked on is my Mill Hill kit. Now I haven't worked on this one this week. I think I worked on it last week. So this is what it's going to look like when it's finished. So this is called Olive Oil, and it's from Mill Hill's Autumn collection. And I hadn't stitched a Mill Hill kit before, but I am enjoying it. I do like it. So I am stitching it on the perforated paper, and this is where I am at with it. Hopefully I've put a picture in of where you saw it last time, and this is where it is now. So I've started filling in this oil can now. Well, I've nearly finished filling in the oil can. I've just got this little bit up here to do, and you can see its little spout is nearly filled in. And then I've put in some more of this green field up here, and yeah, I'm really quite pleased with this and how it's coming along. I'm just so tempted to start putting a few beads on it, but no, I'm not gonna, because once I finish this oil can, there's some backstitch that needs to go on here, and I think I might start doing a bit of the backstitch actually. So yeah, so that's my little Mill Hill kit. I do keep looking at other ones. I did go on Lakeside Needlecrafts, and they seem to be almost completely sold out of them. So I have just placed an order for some bits and bobs from 123 Stitch. Thanks again, Lauren. I have ordered from them before, but not as much stuff as I have this time. So she's terrible, you know. Every time I go watch, every time she does a video, every month she shows something normally that I think, oh, I've got to have that. So so anyway, I did look at the Mill Hill kits on 123 Stitch. I haven't ordered one with the shopping that I got this time, but yeah, I can feel one coming on, because they had loads of them. In fact, they had so many I didn't order one because I just couldn't make my mind up whether I wanted to get another kind of rusticy one from the autumn series, or whether I wanted to go with a Halloween one or a Christmassy one, because there was a couple of really nice Christmas ones. And I haven't really got many Christmas patterns at all actually, although that could all change in a minute. You have to wait and see what I have got from 123 Stitch when it arrives. Okay, so the next piece that I worked on was my Cœur de Lavande, or Lavender Heart, from Crochet to Go Go, and I will stick a picture in of what it looks like when it's finished and where it was at last time. Now, this one's out of a Q-snap at the minute because I've run out of Q-snaps. I have got a couple on order from Lakeside Needlecrafts actually. Okay, so hopefully you'll see a picture where you saw it where it was last time. Sorry, I haven't ironed this. I should have done really. I've only worked on this once. Oh dear, that's blowing out quite bad. Since you last saw it. I don't know if you can see that very well, but I've started to do the bow, which is in white at the bottom of the bottom of that flower. So I did a lot more of the green at the bottom there, and then this bow has started to come in. And I'm probably going to start the bee that sits in the middle next time. But where I've been stitching this bow, hopefully you can see the outline of the loop of the bow there. Oh, that went a bit better then. Oh no, now it's blown out again. The word lavender goes across. I can't really show you. The word lavender goes across the top here, I think. And it was only when I started stitching this white ribbon, and I thought, oh no, the word lavender is in white as well. And because of the fabric that I chose to work on, which I really like this fabric. In fact, the camera doesn't really do it justice, to be honest. This is a 32 count vintage marble, which is by Zweigart. The word lavender's in white, and I think it's not going to really stand out. So I've decided to swap out that white, and to start with I was going to change it for a light lilac, but I thought because all the flowers up the top here are obviously in different shades of lilac, maybe I'd go green instead. So I think I'm going to use this green, hopefully you can see that okay, which is not a green that I've stitched any of these flowers on. The DMC for this would be 3813, although this one is Mysterious Floss. So when I first started cross stitching, I bought quite a bit of Mysterious Floss because at the time I didn't really understand about DMC and you know, and fancy floss and all that kind of stuff. So I just bought a whole bunch of this stuff, which I've never really used since, to be honest. So it's not CXC. It is from China, I think, and it does stitch up okay. I have stitched a couple of little bits on it, but I thought, well, I don't think it's going to make much difference to use that, so rather than buy the DMC. So so that is my piece by Crochet A Go Go. Okay, so moving on, my next piece that I worked on, and I haven't done very much with this one. So this is Blackbird Designs, and it is Strawberry Fields Forever. Love this chart, such a nice chart. So yeah, and I know lots of people have been stitching this or have completed it. So hopefully I'll put a picture in of where you saw it last time. And I haven't done much to it because I'm not sure if it's this weekend or whether I've missed it and it was last weekend that Brenda and the Serial Starter have been doing their Blackbird sale, and I really wanted to kind of just pick this one up to stitch for that really. So if it is this weekend, and I haven't watched their last Flosstube yet, to double check, but I thought it was the first weekend of each month, so if that's the case it should be this weekend. Then I will bring it out again to stitch on. But I have stitched on this during the week this week, so this is where we are with it. So I have finished this little strawberry on the top here, and I've started putting in the windows now on the house. So yeah, I haven't done very much. I think I just spent an hour on this in the week while I was waiting for dinner to cook. But yeah, I do like this chart. I am stitching this on the called for, which is Weeks Dye Works 30 count Confederate grey. It's not my favourite linen to stitch on, if I'm honest. It's okay, but it is very uneven and I do really have to concentrate. And I am using almost all the called for colours, which are Gentle Arts, and there's a couple of Weeks Dye Works flosses as well, except one. So I still can't get Garden Gate, so I have subbed it out for a Mrs. Sadas silk, which is similar. So that's where we're at with that one. And I don't think from the camera that you can really see the variegation in the threads, but I really like it. So yeah, so that is Strawberry Fields. And then the next one I worked on was this one. So this is Summer by the Cricket Collection. It's a bit reflection on there. So I will put a picture in of where it was last time. And where it was last time has no bearing at all on where it is now. And the reason I say that, let me show you where it is now. So this is where I am now. So I'm really getting a bad reflection there. Try that side. So last time you saw this, I had done the outline of this sun and a couple of the rays of the sun down here. Well, when I came to do the next bit, I can't remember which the next bit was, but I realised that this outline around this sun, I had stitched a row short of what I needed. So I had to frog most of it out basically, and it was down the bottom piece down here where I'd gone wrong. So because of that, the couple of rays of sun that I had put in were wrong as well. So I had to frog out all the bottom bit and start again. So but I do like it. I've started doing one of the M's for summer on here, and I'll tell you what, the camera doesn't do the fabric for this one justice. So this is stitched on a 28 count linen. This is called Rain Stops Play, and it is by Chromatic Alchemy, and it's got a really nice mottling on it, and it is an opalescent. I don't know if you can really see the sparkle on this one actually, but it has got a really nice sparkle. Maybe really up close you can. And believe it or not, that doesn't look like much, but it's quite a big sun, and it was quite a big bit of stitching, especially as I'd had to frog out what I'd previously done pretty much and start again. And I do like stitching on this. It's a real summery piece to stitch on, and the colours are lovely. There's so many different colours for this one, and I think each little motif, let me just show you again, just a minute. So there's that big sun in the middle there, But like each little motif, so there's little carrots down here, and there's little bird houses, and there's just so much going on with this piece. It's quite exciting to stitch on, because you think, oh, which bit shall I do next? Because shall I do the little, go towards the little bird house, or shall I come back the other way? And you know, I don't know where to go with it next. So I really like stitching this. Okay, so the next piece I stitched on was this one. So this is by Little House Needleworks, and it's Spring ABCs. And I don't know why I'm getting a reflection here. This is a bit annoying. Maybe you can see that okay. I haven't done masses to this one. And again, I haven't got a grime guard on this at the moment. So this one I'm stitching on 32 count. I'll put a picture in of where it was at last time. And I'd done quite a little bit on this last time, and I've done quite a little bit more on this one. So here we go. So I've now finished the P, and I've done the Q as well, and we have a little bird sitting on his nest. So it's a really nice little stitch, this one. Again, as I said, this is a 32 count. I'm stitching this 2/2. And I am using all the called for classic colourworks, this one is, which are quite nice actually. And the fabric is light mocha linen. So yeah, that's that one. And it does seem to stitch up. I only spent I think an afternoon on this. It does seem to stitch up, you know, you see some progress quite quickly with it. So I think that one could be a contender for my first finish. I may be being a bit ambitious, but you know. I didn't say when though, did I? Okay, so, and then I think that's all bar this one. No, it's not. I have one more after this. Ooh, nearly forgot. Okay, so and then I had a new start at last weekend in May, which was one that you guys picked out for me out of I think 4 or 5 different charts that I showed you. So the one that you chose for me to stitch was by the Blue Flower, and it's called Tudor Bee, and here it is. Look at that bee, isn't it cute? And this is where I'm at with it so far. I haven't got a grime guard on this one at the minute because I'm using it for someone else. And don't fall over, but I am stitching this in a hoop, believe it or not. The reason being, A, I'd run out of Q-snaps. B, I am terrible for not taking things out of Q-snaps and swapping them over. And I don't know whether I'm going to do a pillow finish with this one, or whether I want to do a hoop finish, in which case leaving it in the hoop kind of made sense. So this is where I'm at with it so far. This is Tudor Bee. And as you can see, I have a little birdie needle minder for this one. I maybe should have swapped it for my bee needle minder, shouldn't I? That's on so many books. But yeah, so I've done a couple of his little feelers at the front, and then his little head and one of his eyes. I need to give him another eye, don't I? So yeah, that's where I'm at with him. So again, this is a 32 count linen. So this is twice that I've stitched this little heart bit in the middle of his body here. I started stitching him on a 36 count seraphim fabric called Bee's Knees, and I'd done the little heart bit, and I wasn't really very keen on it, to be honest. I don't know whether it's because I stitched it 2 over 2, and maybe I should have, because it was 36 count, done it 1 over 2. But I looked at it, didn't like it, and I hadn't done very much on it, so I swapped to 32 count. But I didn't mind the fabric, and in actual fact I need to frog that little bit out and use the fabric for something else, but I did prefer this, and I'm just trying to think what the fabric is for this one. It is a 32 count linen, but I just can't remember at the moment what it was. If I do, I'll put it in the show notes. I think I have got then I make a note of which fabric goes with what, so I'll have a look. And then Ali Stitcher on Instagram and myself started to do a sale, which we started on the 1st of June. Well, I didn't start mine on the 1st of June, actually. I started it on the 2nd. Because I had such a busy day on the 1st, I just didn't have time to start it. So the one that we started is this, which is House of a Needleworker, Home of a Needleworker even. And as I said, we are doing a sale for this one. If anybody wants to join us, we've only just started it, so you know, you won't be too far behind. I think there's 4 of us doing it at the moment. Lynn X Creates is also doing it. She's way ahead though of us, but which is great because it gives us a chance to see what hers looks like. Ali's ahead of me as well, and I think Marie is doing it as well. So yeah, if you want to join us, or you know, check us out on the hashtag that I will put down below. So again, I was stitching this one in a hoop because I'd run out of Q-snaps. And do you know what? It's funny because now I've gone back to stitching in a hoop, and I do like my Q-snaps, believe me. I've actually quite liked it because these are lighter and I find them easier to hold. And at the moment, I haven't got a stand. I keep thinking about getting a Patoki stand, but I haven't got around to it yet. I haven't even got a stand for my big projects. And in a minute, Unicorns really needs one, to be honest, because it's a bit unwieldy to hold. I did nearly buy a Lowry stand, but I'm a bit loath to buy one because back in December I ordered a Millennium frame and a necessaire stand from Needle Needs, and I know they take months and months to come, and they've told me that I probably won't get it until at least August. So I don't really want to order a Lowry stand when I've already paid for a necessaire stand. So I'm just going to have to manage at the moment. But I am thinking, yeah, one of those little Patoki stands for my Q-snaps and hoops might be a good idea. Anybody who's got one, let me know in the comments, you know, what you think of it, or is there a different stand that you would recommend? Obviously it needs to be one that I can order that will ship to the UK if it's not a UK supplier. Okay, so anyway, I'm rambling on now. So here we go with Home of Needleworker. So I started on the house, which is a flipping big house, I'll tell you that now. It is a big house. So I'm kind of stitching a bit of the house, and then I've started on this like vine thing that goes up here, and I thought I'll do a bit of this, and then I'll do a bit of the house, and then some of this, so that I don't get bored with just doing the house. And my needle minder on this one, if you can see, is another new one that I got from Just So Heavenly, which is 2 little sheep. So that's where I'm at with that one, and I like stitching this. In fact, the sun's shining outside, and this afternoon I might go and sit in the sun and stitch a bit more on this one. So this one I am doing on a 32 count, and it is called Cafe Ole, and it is a fabric flare, It's got a little bit of mottling to it, which I think you can just about see, and it's quite light. I probably couldn't make my mind up with this one, which fabric I wanted to use. So in the end, yeah, I went with the fabric flares. First time I've used one of theirs. It's an even weave rather than a linen, and it's really easy to stitch on. So that is that. That's all my WIPs. So I'm really enjoying doing the sale because it's really interesting to see how other people stitch as well. So Ali from Ali Stitches, she has started in the bottom left, I think, on hers. So she started in a completely different place to me. So it's really interesting to see, you know, other parts of the chart that you haven't stitched yet coming along. So yeah, so that's where my WIPs are all at. So into a bit of haul then. So I have got some charts, I've got some fabric, and I've got some bits from a trip to Hobbycraft, which I went on Thursday, and it's the first time I've been to Hobbycraft for well over a year, so okay, so let's start with charts. And one exciting piece of haul that came in the mail this morning, actually, which I wasn't expecting to be able to show you today, but yeah, really exciting piece of mail. So okay, let's start with charts. So I ordered some charts from Patchwork Rabbit, and I ordered some from Peakside Needleworks. So these are what I ordered. So the first one, and I haven't got any designs by this particular designer, is this one, which is Moonlight Owls. And this one's by Pintini, and it comes with those, so you stitch all that tree, etc., and then the owls are like a little charm. So I thought that one was a little bit different, and I thought that might be not a very big stitch, actually. So yeah, that's that one. Don't know when I'm going to start it, but I just liked it, so I bought it. The next one is a hands-on design chart, and it's one of her block party ones, and it's the 25th. So this is one of very few Christmas charts that I've got. So I really like this. I couldn't get the pins, so I'm going to have to wait until they come back in stock again. I think I got this from Peakside and the pins were out of stock, so just have to wait for them to come back in. But I thought, I might have a little stitch of something Christmassy in July, which I know a lot of people are doing. So I bought that one. Right, the next one, I was watching Stitchin Mommy and she showed this one, and I thought, and I know she's just about to start it as well, which is really exciting. I'm not going to start it yet because it's big. It's a big chart, and I want to get something finished first. But I was super tempted to start it because I have got a piece of fabric in mind for this, and I am going to stitch this monochromatically using one of the Mrs. Saydas hanks of silk that I got, that I showed you, I think, back in episode 2. So this chart is by Keslin, and it's called Cross Stitch Fun. And there it is stitched monochromatically, and then on the back it is stitched in different colours. and I would stitch that all in the one colour monochromatically, but you look at it and you think, oh no, that's not all that. But actually it's got loads of little animals on it. There's cats and rabbits and mice and all sorts of things, and it's so sweet. And when Stitchin Mommy showed it, I thought, oh yeah, I think I've got to have that. So so that's that one, and I am quite keen to start it, but I'm going to try and be disciplined and not do it at the moment. And then I bought, because I hadn't seen this for ages, and I think a few people have definitely showed this book, and I'd seen a couple of charts stitched from it, and I just had to have it. Been out of stock for ages, but it came back in, and that is Winds of Autumn by Blackbird Designs. And there are so many nice charts in here that I want to stitch. And what I do like with this as well is that they show you how to finish things. So I'm very keen to follow Vonna Pfeiffer's tutorials for finishing things, because I think just about everybody follows her tutorials to start with. But yeah, like there's a little strawberry in here that I think would look lovely, and there's a couple of drums that look really good. I just don't know where to go with it first. I think this one actually would be my first choice, which is Spell of the Moon. And I probably would finish it in a little pillow as well. So that's my Blackbird. And then my final chart, well, it's a kit actually, arrived this morning from Russia. And it is from Our Forest Embroidery. So Stacey, the 911stitcher, enabled me to go check out Our Forest. I had been on there once before, because I have got their free 100 Owls chart, which is lovely, but I haven't started that yet, obviously. But yeah, Stacey enabled me to go over there and have a look at what they'd got at the minute, and I ended up buying this one. So this is Enchanted Forest, and it is the full kit. I have briefly opened it up and had a look at the flosses, and yeah, I can see now why people really like Our Forest kits, because the flosses are amazing. And I think I don't know when I'm going to start this one, sooner rather than later, because I can't wait to stitch on the floss, because the colours are just awesome. They're in here in a little bag that once I've got them on a floss ring, I'll show you what they look like. But I'm very, very pleased indeed with that little kit. And actually it didn't take that long to come. I think I ordered it 3 weeks ago. So that wasn't too bad going, I thought. And then, this is really bad, but I have bought some fabric. There may be a slight crinkling go on here, because I have had to sort of keep the little bags with each piece. Oops, oh, excuse me. So this first piece is, you can't really see that well. This is 36 count fibre on a whim, cream and sugar, and it's really nice actually, and it feels really nice. I've not had any of their fabric before, and it's a really nice fabric like that. Don't know what I'm going to put on it, but it's a really nice neutrally colour, so lots of things can go on that. And then the next one I bought also from that was from Peakside, and so's this one. So this one's fibre on a whim. Sorry, I'm having to look to see what they are. And this is a 36 count, and it's called Parchment. So that's again quite a nice neutral. that would probably look quite nice with a sampler on it of some sort. So, you know me, I don't have a specific project in mind for any of these. I just see the fabric, think, yeah, I like that. So, and it's quite, I quite enjoy when I've got a chart and I've decided to start stitching on it, having a bit of a look through and decide, you know, I like the process of picking my fabric and getting my floss, and, you know, it's all part of it, isn't it? I think, anyway. So that's that one. Again, that is from Peakside. And then, oh, this one's fibre on a whim as well. So, and this is quite a dark colour. So it's got a bit of mottling on this one too. So this is fibre on a whim, 32 count this one, and it's called Old Gold. Yeah, I just saw Peakside had got these in, and I thought, oh, I'm sure I've seen a few people stitch up on fibre on a whim fabric, so thought I'd give it a go. And then this piece is 32 count as well, and it's by Sparklies, and it's called Morel. Again, quite neutrally. And this is nice. I like this too. I would definitely get more Sparklies linen. I do like this. I think I got this piece from Patchwork Rabbit actually, rather than Peakside. And then, yeah, so after that, that's all my fabric and patterns. I have really gone on a big spending spree, and I've got quite a bit of stuff that I'll show you on my next video, which is kind of all in transit at the moment. So I have got a couple of bits from Hobbycraft. So I bought 3 fat quarters of fabric, which I'm not going to show you. I'll show you when I've used them. So I've bought them to make some project bags with, but a couple of them are like real springtime. One of them I think's got lambs and things on it, and I'll show you once I've made them up into project bags. And then I did buy, in case anybody in the UK who has a Hobbycraft near them is interested, I bought these shadow box frames. Oh, sorry, that is glary because it's still in the plastic. But bought this small one, and then this one, which is a the frame is 25 by 25. I quite like these shadow boxes because it kind of, I bought one that I put Halloween cobwebs in, and I found it quite easy to use as a frame, and it doesn't squash up your stitches. So, but these are half price in Hobbycraft at the moment, which is why I'm showing them to you, because they were really cheap. So I haven't got a project in mind to put in either of those, but I thought because they're half price, I mean, I think this small one was reduced to £3 or £4, and the bigger one was £5.50. So I thought I'll get those while they're on offer. And then finally, you know, because I can't go anywhere without buying. The one thing I cannot not buy in Hobbycraft is yarn. So because it's there, it's just there, and there's tons of it. So, you know, I'm not so mad on Hobbycraft for cross stitch. There wasn't any patterns that they had in there that really took my eye. But yarn is a different matter. So I bought some more sock yarn, and the one I bought is this one, which is purples and blues, and this is by the Women's Institute actually, and they make this exclusively for Hobbycraft, and it is a 4-ply, like I say, or fingering weight yarn, and it's really nice and soft and silky, ideal for more summer socks. Which leads me on to my finish. So I have literally just this morning put the last Kitchener stitches into the toes of a sock, and I finished these. So they're a pair of real shorty socks, and They are in the colour Can Can, which is from King Cole's summer collection. And these are made from bamboo and cotton, and they're really soft. I really like them. I think I told you before when I mentioned King Cole's yarn that these were 100% cotton, but they're not. They're bamboo as well. And weirdly enough, you know, when I'm knitting self-striping socks, I don't go for colour matching them. I'm just, you know, I'm quite happy for them to be odd actually. Doesn't matter, because I don't really want to waste yarn getting to the right colour. Well, would you believe, how spooky is this? I knitted these up and they both come out the same. They are almost identical. There's just one bit on the heel of one of them that's slightly different. It's got an extra, one's got a band of pink round, the other one hasn't. But apart from that, it wasn't until I put them on I realised they are exactly the same, almost. How cool is that? And I didn't even try. That was literally as they came straight off the ball of yarn. So I'm really pleased with those, and they were really quick to knit up. So I'm probably going, well, I am definitely going to knit more. So that's all I have for you. I can't think of anything I've missed, and oh my goodness, it's the longest video I've done yet. That's terrible. Or not. I just like talking to you guys, you know, can't help it. So I think that's all from me. I will film again, I'm going to say between 2 and 3 weeks, because 3 weeks this time felt quite comfortable actually, and I felt like I'd got a bit more to show you than I would have done obviously after just 2 weeks. So I will be back hopefully in 2 to 3 weeks time. I hope you all have a great stitchy couple of weeks, and I'll see you all again soon. So bye for now.